Hello, John Thompson. Fans, this is John Thompson back here with another predictions video. I tried doing one last week, before the games. Didn't work out too well. Though I guess the video got corrupted or something. But I tried uploading it like 7 times. It didn't work. Anywho, anyway, I'm just gonna say straight out, I'm actually 1-3 in my predictions for this postseason. The only one I'm good with is Dallas. I did predict Dallas to win. All the other games I predicted. I was hoping the Bears would win because they also kind of were my Super Bowl champions that I picked, but that didn't happen. So yeah, now we're kind of stuck here. They kind of ruined everything. Anywho, I have organization, so if I'm looking down, it's because I have a bunch of all my teams are all currently like this. If you look and see, I have all this organization for myself so that I can see the overall viewing of it. Let's just get down to it. Divisional games. Wildcard games were great. I enjoyed most of them. The only one I didn't really enjoy was Houston and Indianapolis. I can't believe Houston got beat in their own stadium by 14 points to a division rival. I mean, hey, that's the NFL for you, I guess. Can't complain. My team didn't make it, so I'm gonna go for the Eagles. Honestly, I'm gonna go for the Eagles. They're reigning, and they somehow clutched out a win. I'm sorry, Nick Foles must be clutch or something. There must be something about Nick Foles that makes him clutch, because obviously he's doing something to go and take his team to a playoff win and now to this division round. That being said, I'm not going to do the NFC. Because I don't, you probably think I'm going to do the AFC. No, I'm going to do the AFC only because that's my home conference. And, yeah, there's that. We're going to start with the two seeds. Both wild card, 5th and 6th seeds, both won. So I was glad Baltimore got beat. Division rival won them out. That should have been Pittsburgh. Not losing, but playing that game. Anywho, Chargers and Patriots. The way Baltimore played and the way the Chargers played, the Chargers looked like they could, if they can be, looked like they had a defense and struggles, and not struggles, their offense was doing decent enough to beat New England. That's what it looks like. If their defense can recreate that, what they did, but on Sunday versus New England, they'll make it the conference championship. Will that happen? I don't know. I don't trust the Chargers. I feel like Philip Rivers is going to be a little too experienced. And you really don't go into Foxborough and win. It's just nothing I do. That's just not what I see. That being said, I'm sorry, LAC. You had a nice run, but you're out of the playoffs. That being said, New England going to their, 12th consecutive they're 12th AFC title game in the last, I don't even know how long years. I don't know. I'm not going to. Our first game of the entire divisional record, possibly to find out if we have home field, who's going to have home field advantage. Because the Chiefs win, they have home field advantage, but if they lose and Indianapolis wins, Indianapolis is going to whoever wins out of that, which I have the Patriots. They'll go to Foxborough. Indianapolis looks strong. I'm honestly not surprised that they go all the way to the Super Bowl. Will they? I don't know. Depends on how they play. I think they're gonna play here, but Andy Reid hasn't been trustworthy in the playoffs, and he's had I'd say the only good quarterback he's had was Alex Smith last year, and you look what they did. They choked in the playoffs to the Titans in the wildcard round. I think they choked to the Titans. I think what happens, they choke to the Colts. I think the Colts come in. They have nothing to lose. They barely made the playoffs. They have nothing to lose. They're going to want to win. If anything, they'll prove that they're one of the AFC Titans to be feared with if they win, if they make it to the conference championship. That's what I believe. Anyway, so that being said, do the Colts win? Possibly. Chiefs win. I believe they win. Do I believe they win? They possibly have the chance to win. Except here's the thing. Don't trust Andy Reid. Therefore, I have the Colts moving on. And I'm sorry, Kansas City, but I'm taking out the playoffs. Which is ironic, because that means I took out the entire AFC West. Which would mean Indianapolis at New England for that game. Wouldn't mind that matchup. Be a rematch of Deflategate. Which means there probably would be another cheating, stupid nonsense that will happen, because that's just how life works. Sadly. Anywho, let's continue that. We're not doing the conference rounds right now. We're doing the good old divisional rounds. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's start off with the Cowboys at Rams. Dallas held off the Seahawks to a 24-22 game, I believe. That's what the final score was. Or was it 22-20? I know they won by 2 points. Good game. I think it was a great matchup. I enjoyed watching part of it. I think it would have not much about here. Dallas came off the win, did something. Now the real question is, out of this game, do they advance to the playoffs? Does Dallas advance into the possible impending time of the conference championship? Versus LA, I don't think so. Personally, I just don't see Dallas doing something versus LA. I feel like their offense is going to be something a little bit better than they've had. And I know, yes, Dallas beat the Saints, but that was in Dallas. This is in LA. They're kind of not really in the home crowd with their own home stadium, so that's why I don't really expect much of anything. That being said, I'm sorry, Dallas, but you're out of the playoffs. And yes, now Eagles and Saints. Saints destroyed the Eagles like 44-7 earlier on in the season. Stuff happens. This is going to be a good bloody battle. They're going to win, though, in this game. The Saints obviously lost last year in the division round to the Vikings off that miraculous catch by Diggs for the right as the clock expired. They're going to obviously want to win this because, you know, they want to go to the Super Bowl before maybe Drew Brees wins. So, yeah, obviously the Saints going to win. Easy pick. That's if Carson Wentz was playing. Carson Wentz isn't playing. Therefore, I think Mr. good old Nick Foles takes some time, does something, clutches out a game, and makes the Eagles move on to the next round. That's also not me being biased, but Nick Foles apparently knows what he's doing, so, you know, trust the process. Plus, I think Eagles have been a lot better. I just feel like the Eagles are better with Nick Foles as quarterback, which could mean, you know, keep Carson Wentz as backup maybe for Nick Foles. Trade Carson Wentz for a good pick or a player or something. I don't know. You're Philadelphia. Maybe you like the Carson Wentz scheme a little bit and have Nick Foles come in late in the season and help clutch out your season into the playoffs. I don't know. I'm not the Eagles coaching staff and front office. I'm not in charge of that. Personally, to me, I think the Saints lose. I think the Eagles win, and that's just personally. So that being said, it would be the battle of the six seeds at 2 seeds. Yeah, pretty interesting. Colts at Patriots and Eagles at Rams. Wouldn't mind those conference matchups. I'll predict those more. I'll probably, if I could set up my Super Bowl based off of this, honestly, I feel like Eagles at Rams, we've already seen that matchup. I feel like the Eagles would win. I feel like the Rams just would go home. I feel like the Eagles would just find a way to win again. Nick Foles is, you know, feel like Nick Foles' biggest test will be the Saints. If he can beat the Saints, he's probably going to go to Super Bowl with the Eagles. That's just what I think. Nick Foles' biggest test is beating the Saints. If he beats Saints, he pretty much has the best chance of winning the Super Bowl, in my opinion. And then obviously the AFC Colts and Patriots. If this were to play out, I wouldn't mind the Colts. I feel like the best team in the AFC to beat the Patriots if they do. Plus, if they're going to be hot, it would be hot, be interesting game. They'd have to go to Foxborough, and I don't know if they would have the ideal defense. I feel like their defense could maybe stop Tom Brady. You just got to be able to blitz get to him. If you can do that, yeah, you'll be able to win. Problem is, can your offense get enough done on the overall field so you could score points? You pretty much have to score points every drive. And I'm not meaning, just touchdowns. You need to score touchdowns no matter what. You can't win by kicking 20 field goals. Even though you probably could. You would. Sure, you probably could. I wouldn't. Personally, what I would do, not kick the field goals. You just gotta score touchdowns. Even if the game ends up, end up scoring like 5 field goals and like 3 touchdowns and you win. Hey, you score touchdowns. It's better than having to kick 5 field goals and now you're down nothing. I can possibly see this being a shootout because Tom Brady and Andrew Luck, they all got their offensive weapons and they'll find ways. And things like that. And yes, this may sound like I'm going to make this a Super Bowl rematch of last year, but no, I'm not. I believe the Colts will beat the Patriots and move to the Super Bowl, which means New England. Yes, you go home. Sad saying, which for New England, being that they probably want this rematch as much as everyone else. But the Eagles at Colts, I wouldn't mind this game. Personally, Super Bowl wise, wouldn't mind it. I'm actually okay with a Eagles and Colts Super Bowl. Wouldn't mind it. Be interesting. I'd actually probably like it a lot more. To be honest with you, it would be fun to see the Eagles and Colts. I actually think the Eagles. People are saying, "Oh, yeah, the Eagles are done. They're done. There's no dynasty." I think if you want a dynasty, you have to win at least four within 5 seasons. No, you have to win. Not 5. 4 within 6 or 7. Not really. Yeah, no, 4 within 7. So you have to win at least 4 within 7, which means you're allowed to lose 3 out of those. Oh no, maybe make it 3. I don't know. You guys feel like what, 3? It's a good dynasty. 3 or 4? I feel like 3. I actually feel like 4 is a good thing, but maybe 3 is good too. Personally, I feel like the Eagles might start a dynasty here. The Eagles dynasty, which who would have thought the Eagles would go and win a Super Bowl finally? I mean, hey. I think, hey, more Super Bowls for the Eagles. If they want to win Super Bowls, let them do it. No, I'm not going to stop them from trying to win Super Bowls. If they want to win Super Bowls, let it happen. They deserve them. As long as the Bengals and Browns don't make the Super Bowl, or let me correct you, don't win the Super Bowl, I'm happy. Anyone can win the Super Bowl. As long as those 2 don't, everything's gonna be all right. For that being said, that's my picks for all that. Personally, I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl because obviously the hardest competition would be the Saints. That being said, if you think, you could like, comment, favorite, you comment down whatever you want. Do what you want. Like, favorite, subscribe, blah blah blah. Notifications, because those are cool. And that being said, this is John Thompson saluting off.